Happy Friday, Tiger fans. It's Morgan here, and Dabo Swinney officially came out with his injury report, specifically talking about Justyn Ross and his return to the field coming off the injured list. We're going to talk about that, but before we do, make sure you like this video and you subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on Facebook so you can stay up to date on all of our exclusive Clemson content we put out every single week. So, Dabo Swinney spoke about Justyn Ross and other injuries on the team going into this fall camp. So let's go through the list here and let's discuss them because I think it's a good news for sure. Bad news for some. There's a few guys on there, but I think overall some good news and good things to report. First of all, we talked about Justyn Ross. I'll get into him last, but let's look at some other guys. So Tyson Pumachan, the backup quarterback, one position that Clemson's been kind of concerned about because of the lack of depth there. You really have DJ and Hunter Helms after that, who was a walk-on. But really, as far as a high-level player, you've got DJ, and that's it. So Clemson's lacking some depth there. But according to Dabo Swinney, Tyson is cleared to do a few things. Now, that doesn't mean that he's out there, banging pads or anything like that, but he is cleared to do a few things. He didn't say specifically what few things those were. If you look at a torn Achilles, it takes about 6 to 12 months, according to what I found online. Right now, we are looking at, since his injury report, 115 days. So big news there because he is on the fast track for sure. We're now under 4 months, and he's out doing some things on that repaired Achilles. So good news there. Obviously, not going to be able to get into pads anytime soon. We don't know if it's going to be for this year. He didn't really go into that, but still some good news there. On the flip side, on the offensive line, Taquan Johnson tore his pectoral muscle. That is a longer-term injury as well. I don't know if any of you have torn a muscle. I know that Triple H from WWE did it as well, and it does take quite some time. He's a lot older for sure, but 6 to 12 months is what they're saying online. DeMonte Capehart went in and got a scope in his knee, but they didn't see any issues there, so he should be coming back. Now, he's somebody who will likely back up Brian Brzee or Tyler Davis, but more likely Brian Brzee there. So, and Capehart's a guy from around the D.C. area, one that we were really high on and we look forward to seeing coming into this season. And then finally, Brandon Spector is on COVID protocol. He's a slot wide receiver there, looking at 14 days. And also they're saying that he may not be available. They're just going to keep him out of fall camp altogether. So may not see him out there. Another thing, too, is everybody was excited if Justyn Ross was cleared. A lot of the media were excited to see Justyn Ross in action today. They did not get that chance because he himself is on COVID protocol as well. You might have seen the video. Dabo Swinney came out with it. It's on YouTube, and you can check it out on our Facebook page or Twitter for what exactly Dabo Swinney said about those players. Let's get into Ross, though, and why it's so exciting, because he's definitely going to be their number one wide receiver. Not only is he a number one wide receiver for Clemson, but he's going to be a top 10 wide receiver in 2021. I have him on my list as somebody to watch. He's going to be a high draft eligible player. If he has a great season, which if you look at 2019, if you look at 2018, he did have some really good seasons. His first year as a freshman hit exactly, not over, not under, exactly 1,000 yards receiving and 9 touchdowns in 14 games. That was the year that he won the national championship with Trevor Lawrence. Not only doing so well overall, but in those last 2 games against Notre Dame, 148 yards receiving, and then against Alabama, the monster there, 153 yards receiving as well. So great news. He is one of the best wide receivers in the nation. He will be a top target for DJ Uiagalelei coming into this season. And this, I think, really solidifies what we thought was going to happen. I think all of us kind of anticipated because he's been kind of in the background practicing. But this is what solidifies it for Tiger fans and the media as well. We're glad to see Justyn Ross back and look forward to seeing what he can do in 2021 because I think the group greatly missed him, even though it paved way for Cornell Powell to kind of show out and blossom in his own right. But let me know what you think about the injury report news. If any of those guys that you feel or you're excited to see other than Justyn Ross, or you're glad that they are back and healthy. Again, from our perspective as Clemson family, we still, having some prayers and thoughts out for Tyson, that he can continue to recover, and as well as Taquan Johnson. We hope that he gets his torn pectoral muscle fixed and is back on the road to recovery and can come back after that. Let us know in the comments what you think, and don't forget to like this YouTube video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, or follow us over on Facebook.